Hello, listeners.
What's up?
Hi, what's up? Word up. I'm sitting here with Jordi, also known as MC Big Thoughts.
Thank you for having me, man.
And we're going to very welcome Jordi, and we're going to talk about your release of your new album, Confessions.
Yeah, it's called Confession, though. Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about you first.
Okay.
Who are you?
Well, I am Jordi. I'm 26 years old, and I live in Bussum currently.
In Bussum. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. You live in a house?
Yeah, I live in a house with 7 other people,
Okay.
which are disabled too. And yeah, we have daycare the entire day, and somebody sleeps during the night.
Right. And this new album, we're counting now. How many albums did you release already?
This is going to be my second album if you don't count the EP.
Okay, so this is a big thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's talk about the content of the album. The title of the album is Confessions. Have you something to confess, Jordi?
Yeah, I do have something to confess.
Okay.
Actually, you want to talk about like how the album came to life?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, let's start at the beginning then. Actually, this album started about 2 to 3 years ago. It was actually a day where I was just waking up, and I was like, "What am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm.
Am I satisfied with it?
Mm-hmm.
Are there things that can be better? And am I happy with what I'm doing currently?"
Yeah.
And actually, I came to the conclusion that I wasn't happy at all. I was angry. I was sad.
Why?
And well, because I was like, I am like 24 now,
Yeah.
and I haven't achieved anything. For at least that's how I felt.
Okay, but don't you raise the bar too high for yourself?
Yeah, maybe, but that's where we might get to later.
Okay.
But so I was like, if I want to be on my own, I have to. If I want to progress in life,
Yes.
I need to look at my whole life in the whole spectrum and see what can be done better.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, okay, currently I am under guardianship.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe that's a bit of a...
How did that happen?
Well, that happened because when I was 17 and a half, I was living at the place where I live currently.
Okay.
And before I went there was somebody that came to our house to like indicate which kind of indication I would get. And the indication here in Holland basically specifies how much money you get.
Okay.
And
Your medical indication.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So that indicates how much money for care
So
you get.
Okay, your subsidy. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, my parents said like try to. They got advice from somebody apparently, and that person said, don't try to be completely honest, because if you do, you don't get enough money to live at the house where you want Jordi to live in.
Okay, so they chose to put you under guardianship.
Yeah. Well, no, the guardianship is because my parents did it as a protective measure.
Okay, so there are two stories. One that is that you're mentally challenged, but you're not.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah.
And the other part is that to put you under guardianship, so you can't be.
Yeah, it's the reason why they put me on the guardianship. Like I don't want to twist their words, so I try to say it as
it is.
As it is.
Yeah.
They said they put me on the guardianship because they wanted to protect me.
Okay.
And then your question might be, what do they want to protect you from?
Yeah, sure.
And the reason that they gave me was because if somebody was fraudulent and they tried to like
make advantage of you.
Yeah, take advantage of me and steal my money, then, or if I did a transaction that was not very handy, or how do I say that, a transaction that like I don't have the money for, or whatever, then they can reverse the transaction and say you cannot have this contract with this person because he's under guardianship.
Okay.
That's what they said.
But these things summed up. You weren't happy with your life, and you got. How did you feel in that period?
Actually, I was in a very dark place. Well, actually, at the start of the album, it was kinda I was in a dark place, but it wasn't too bad because I was thinking about my life, as I said, and then I was like, but wait, the guardianship isn't all. Like, I'm scared to go outside. I don't know how to make friends. I don't know how to communicate with people, and I feel scared when I'm in a group of large people. Like, I can't have that my entire life, because if I want to get somewhere in life, I need people in my life that can take me to different places. Yeah. And if I want to experience joy and socialize and talk about me and help others, then I need to feel comfortable like talking to people. Yeah. Because I mean, to put it in perspective, I didn't even dare to go outside.
So those were the impediments that you were confronted with.
Yes.
So you wanted to break out of this prison.
Yes, I was like, this isn't good. So, and like, I don't want to talk about my parents too much, but I don't have a very good relationship with them. So I don't have a base where I can talk to my parents and talk about my problems. Okay. So if I can't talk to my parents and I don't know how to talk anyway, like, to who do I talk? Yeah, I had a few people that I can talk to in my life, luckily. Yeah. But I was like, I was getting to a darker and darker place. And
so you got depressed then?
Yeah, I got depressed. And, you know, it's very, it's almost like you're living, but you're living in this black hole, in a tunnel. Like, it's almost like everything passes you by and you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And like, it was exaggerated. It was tiring as well. At one point, I didn't even want to go out of bed. I was like, what for?
That's all symptoms of depression.
Yeah, yeah.
So you thought, well, let's make an album and...
No, actually, the album was because at one point I was like, I need to talk to my parents about the guardianship, and that I think that it's a too protective measure, and I need to talk about my parents that I want to go outside more and, you know, use my wheelchair to get to places instead of a taxi. Yeah. So I talked to them about it, and they were like, no, the guardianship is required because, you know, what if somebody takes advantage of you? Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, but in the last 5 years, who took advantage of me? Can you tell me that? Yeah. And then they were like, no, it's all fine. But so like,
they were over concerned.
Yeah, it's like they like, their perspective is like, we don't do anything wrong. We don't block you. So what is the problem? Yeah. And then I was like, I get it, but isn't it healthier that somebody else looked over my finances now, and that maybe in the end I can do it on my own, because that's eventually what I want.
So you wanted what every young adult wants, is to break free, to go your own path.
Yes, it's just that due to my things that I was challenged with, it took a very long time, because if you live in isolation and the only thing you have seen for the most of your life is 4 walls and you never got outside, and now you live with 7 people, and like people that luckily though, the people that like take care of us all there, they saw the potential though, and they were like, you know, you need to try stuff, because if you stay inside you can't go anywhere. So then I was like, when I was depressed, there were like 2 caretakers that were like, Jordi, this is really bad, because if you really feel this bad and you really feel like life isn't worth it anymore, like, I can see it in your eyes, like the whole spark is gone. Yeah. And like, I feel like you're gonna do something to yourself if you don't.
Oh, that's bad news.
And that was true though, because like, to conclude the story, I was talking to my parents, it didn't work, and then with every problem that I have with my parents, or every argument, basically erased another song. Okay. And that's basically how the album got together.
Okay, so it's that's why it's called Confessions. Like, you confess to your self, and you put it into music, into hip hop music.
Yeah, because music was the only true way for me to vent.
Okay, the way out. That was the way out to out of your prisonship.
Yeah, that was when I was busy with the music and recording it and writing it. That was a moment where I was like, okay.
You were free at that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. And tell a bit more about the album. How many songs are there on the album?
Off the top of my head, there are 14 songs.
14, okay. And can you hear a progression? Is it a story, what you're telling?
Yes, definitely. It's more like, it begins very dark. Yeah. Like very dark, because, you know, I was at a bad place. And then slowly but surely it gets more to the reflective side. Okay. And accepting the standpoint of my parents and my family, but telling them and everybody else in the world, by the way, you can tell me all you want, but right now it's time for me to make my decisions. And if it's wrong, it's wrong, but at least I made them, and I am going to start being the person I want to be.
Okay, that's cool. And it's also this is also compared to other young people, that they're also maybe in social isolation.
Yeah, exactly. That's also what the album is for. It's for me to share my story, and I hope that others that are in the same situation hopefully be oh, okay, so that there is a way out, and you can get somewhere. And you can, and actually my advice to somebody that's feeling the same way and is watching right now, that would be if you can, talk to your friends if you have them, or to your parents if you can.
Yeah.
And if you can't, if it's really bad, seek professional help. That's what I did.
Okay, so reach out and seek professional help.
Yeah.
So there's a way out.
Definitely.
Okay, nice.
If you want it.
Yeah. But yeah, you have to work hard.
Yeah, definitely. It was. I don't want to talk too much because it's you can hear it on the album. But
yeah, sure.
The therapy was hard sometimes because my therapist was pretty kind though, and sometimes it was we were just sitting. It almost felt like we were sitting in a bar and we were just having a conversation. And other times she would just point out my bullshit and be like, "Yeah, but why do you care so much about what other people think? You need to start." Living how you want, and you need to tell people what you want, and you can't live your life without having conflict. That's just not possible.
Yeah.
Because sometimes what you say is not what somebody else thinks, and then you need to talk about it.
Yeah, you need to talk about it, and avoid conflict.
And I hid my emotions. I didn't know how to. I didn't allow emotions, so it was basically just a numb expression most of the time. So that's what we worked on. But then when I felt my emotions again, I didn't know how to control them. So it was a whole...
Oh, it was a roller coaster.
Yeah, and then, I was there as well, and I told my therapist, I'm scared to go outside, and I don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And at first she was like, what? You? But you're talking so well right now, and you can explain how you feel. How can it be difficult for you? And then I explained it, and then she was like, oh, okay. But then I'm just gonna kick you out of the door, and then you're gonna go outside. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
So then slowly but surely, I learned a little bit how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's enough for now. So people, can we download the album, or can we buy it somewhere?
Well, the album is probably gonna release somewhere in mid-July, and the first single, it's called "I'm Depressed." That's going to release mid-February. So
okay, that's nice. So the listeners can get a voorproefje.
Yeah, a teaser.
A teaser.
This.
A taste and amuse the girl.
Yeah. So that single is of a portion of the album where it's pretty dark.
Okay.
And then in May, you're getting another single, and that's called When You Gon' Work. That is a more lighthearted and fun track. Okay. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on my YouTube and Instagram and Spotify.
Yeah. Also for your other albums and EPs, you can go to your Instagram account and to your
Spotify, YouTube, everywhere.
Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. Just look below.
Yeah, I'll link it.
And you can link it up. Okay, Jordi. Thanks a zillion for this open-hearted conversation.
No, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to interview me, man.
Okay, it was cool, man. I hope your album will be a big success.
I hope so too, man.
Okay, signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.